Spontaneous video. Gotta make this quick. This is for educational purposes only. This is something I learned in a law class in college. So it comes straight from American universities. Things you're taught in school and college. You, not just school, but college that you pay money for. Higher education. So if you're living in America, and you might want to check with any kind of latest changes in the law, but um, uh, the law there was it was a federal law, which means it applies to every state. A lot of people lose or have their credit card stolen, your debit card as well. With a debit card, it's more inconvenient. You have up to $250,000 insurance, FDIC insured, and it's happened to me where I lost my wallet and my debit card and everything. I think money was only missing one time, and it was something like $80 or something. And with the debit card, it's a little it's a little bit of a pain because they got to investigate a little bit because let's just say it will take a couple weeks, 2 weeks before they give you your money if your debit card goes missing. But anyway, you don't pay anything. You might have to pay for a new debit card maybe, whatever that costs now these days. It used to be a few bucks. Now it's probably 3-4 grand or something to get a new debit card. Anyway, and what most people don't know, and banks are running scams on people. Oh, I think it's a scam. It's really a scheme, a schema. Uh, I noticed this like 18, 20 years ago. You go into a bank to like open a new account or something or whatever, withdraw some money, deposit some money. They're like, "Oh, we noticed you have a credit card. Would you like to buy credit card insurance?" Yeah, I'm like, "Why would I do that? You don't need credit card insurance. It's a federal law. It's already insured by law. It's not insured. It's not even a matter of insured. It's just covered. The maximum amount, and this is across the entire United States, the maximum amount that a bank can charge you, or a credit card issuer. It doesn't have to be a bank. Anybody who issues a credit card in the United States, the maximum penalty, the maximum amount you got to pay for a lost or stolen credit card is $50. It could be a $200 credit card. It could be a $100,000 credit card. It doesn't matter. And in most cases, it's not worth their time to go back and forth and bill you and get the $50. Most of the time, they just say forget it. They'll do their internal investigation. They have cameras everywhere, and they'll try to find out who used your credit card and stuff like that. They do their due diligence to try to, because there is a lot of scams. Um, but anyway, you personally are not responsible if you lose or if you lose a credit card or if it's stolen for the amount charged on it. So what happens is the banks got pretty smart. They said, why don't we sell insurance on credit cards? And I used to overhear people all the time when I used to go to a branch. I used to hear people all the time buying credit card insurance. And it was something like $8 a month, $12 a month. It was, I mean, it adds up when you're talking about the amount of customers banks have in America. And I wanted to turn to these people, but I never did because it's like, well, it's not my business. But I just felt like they were being scammed. But scam and scheme is slightly different because you're allowed to sell credit card insurance, even though you're not allowed to collect more than $50 from that person by law. So it's a gray area. So anyway, I never interrupted someone and said, "Oh, by the way, you don't have to buy credit card insurance. You don't have to pay anything. You can lose it tomorrow. You can have it stolen. You don't have to report it stolen. You don't even have to notice it's gone." I actually asked my law professor in college. I raised my hand and I said, "So what about if you don't even know it's gone?" Like I've lost driver's licenses, I've lost passports, I've lost everything, and I don't even know it's gone. And that's just something I use regularly, like my phone. And I said, "What if you lose your credit card and you have 5 credit cards, let's say, which is pretty normal in America to have two, three, 5 credit cards. You need at least 3 credit cards to build good credit. Uh, 3 revolving lines of credit to build good credit. So that means you got to have 3 credit cards. That's just smart to have that. So some people don't use a credit card for years. They just throw it in their safe or somewhere, in a drawer where they keep things, and things go missing or whatever. Anyway, you might have lost it. We might have dropped it at a mall and you just never noticed because you usually use. Anyway, the point is, I asked the teacher. I said, "Okay, what happens if a person loses their what happens if the person loses their credit card or it gets stolen and they don't even notice, and you never even call the bank. You don't even notify them. I mean, because that seems like it should be your responsibility to know where your credit card is. But no, he said, Professor Tujo, he said, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you report it. It doesn't matter if you don't report it. It's just the way it is. That's why they charge a higher interest rate because the risk is higher. Banks, credit cards are unsecured credit lines. Unsecured credit lines, they can't recover. It's very hard to recover. So that's why you're paying such high interest rates on credit cards. So the banks don't lose anything. They have their smartest people that you can buy in finance, math, physics, and they have their modeling and they know how much approximately every year is stolen or scammed or lost. And they include that into the cost of so they adjust the interest rate they charge people accordingly. People don't understand. They think, oh, we're being scammed, being my credit score 550 and I got to pay 20%. Well, first of all, your credit score is garbage. You shouldn't even have a credit card. Second of all, you don't understand the banks take massive losses on credit cards because you're not responsible for them if you lose them or if they get stolen. But see, Americans don't know that. So they buy credit card insurance. Imagine having 5 credit cards, and you're buying credit card insurance on all of them. You could be spending $500-$600 a year. I don't know how much it is now, but I remember thinking that's a lot for a service you don't need. You know, and I've met people, and I don't remember if I lost the credit card or if it was stolen. I don't remember. But anyway, I was like, I knew the law, and I said, "Do you guys want me to pay $50 or the person?" I don't remember if it was me or someone I knew. This was like 25 years ago or something. And I told them, "Don't worry about it," because they were panicking, freaking out. And I said, "Don't worry about it. The most you got to pay is $50. Just call them and tell them, look, you want me to pay $50 over the phone with my debit card, or whatever, anything, whatever." They're like, "What? Are you kidding?" It wasn't a lot of money on a credit card that they had, but they were panicking because they thought they were going to be out, whatever it was. I don't know, $800, $700 or something. And I said, "No, man, you don't have to worry about it." So it's good to know, it's good to know, take some law classes if you're a lemming, which, well, you all are. And anyway, I don't remember who it was. I don't remember how much it was. I just remember asking this person later on, "So did you pay the $50?" And he's like, this guy, he said, "No, they didn't even bother. They didn't even want it. They didn't want to. They didn't care." I was like, weird. I thought they would have at least taken the $50. So I'm guessing the processing and the amount of money they pay, for variable costs and fixed costs and all that. In many cases, unless you got like a $50,000 credit card, I'm guessing. But even then, what's $50 really? So this educational video is for you don't need credit card insurance, but check with the latest federal law in America regarding loss of credit lost or stolen credit cards. Things may have changed. And secondly, this is an education video for American kids. I'm guessing males, because girls are just, well, girls are girls. They just want to go shopping for socks and jeans and stuff like that. Um, if you're between 5 and 12 years old, an American, and you hear about this crypto stuff, which is probably sounds really interesting to you because you're probably geeks by 5 years old nowadays. You'll probably be geeking out, typing 70 words a minute at 5, and you're coding and starting a meme coin at 5. You're gonna be driving a Lambo this year, and you're only 5. Who really cares? You're just gonna bribe everybody, right? Anyway, just so you know, in America, the average family, meaning mom and dad, they have 2 to 3 credit cards. That's the average. And you need at least 3 to get a good credit score. So it's just smart to do that just to get a good credit score. But nowadays, if you look at the statistics, credit card debt in America is skyrocketing because unemployment and inflation is so low. Because life is becoming very, very difficult. So people are maxing out their credit cards. They're getting more credit. They're getting more credit cards if their credit scores are good. So hypothetically speaking, if just let your parents know, if you're between 5 and 12, right around that range, trying to help kids and your parents. If your parents' credit card goes missing, and some guy in North Korea or Russia, uses it to buy crypto, tell them not to sweat it. Tell them not to worry about it. The most they're gonna have to pay is $50, so they don't have to stress out because life's already stressful, especially as a parent. Trust me, life's already stressful if you're 5 in America. They're jabbing you, they're stabbing you, they're getting ready to kidnap you, they're getting ready to eat you. It's getting crazy out there. Can you see my lens is getting worse. I didn't new five. Hey, if one of you guys wants to buy me a new iPhone 11, no, not new. I will not go over a iPhone 11 Pro. iPhone 11 Pro, 256 gig of memory. If your mom or dad wants to buy me one of those used, but with high battery percentage, talk to them, man. Oh, the light's making it worse. There you go. See, I cut my own hair. Just chopped it all off. I don't even know. I don't have any mirrors in the house. Hey, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. But this is kind of a filter on here. Anyway, this is purely educational, hypothetical. Of course, it is a crime to use someone's credit card without their written permission. At least back then, you had to go to the store if you used your mom's credit card or your dad's credit card with a handwritten letter signed by them, and the signature matches the back of the credit card, and you were able to use your parents' credit card. I remember I had kids in school. They used to go to the store with their parents' credit card, and they used to buy stuff, and they used to have a letter. And in stores, Nordstrom's, Macy's, places like that, they used to actually take it. They used to actually use it. Don't know if that's, I don't know. Maybe credit card fraud in America skyrocketed with the economy being so unbelievably great. I mean, the employment is skyrocketing. Employment numbers are booming. Inflation is zooming down to zero. It's just amazing out there, I hear. Yeah. So I'm sure they have no problem with credit card fraud in America. But anyway, just so you know, if you do use your parents' credit card, you need a written letter, hand letter from them, and a signature. And back then, you know, uh, even Nordstrom's and Macy's, which is where I used to shop, obviously. No, but I never used my parents' credit card. Only if I were to like say, "Hey, let me use your credit card," and when the bill comes in 30 days, I'll have the money, for like a pair of jeans or something. If I saw something on sale and I know it's going to be gone tomorrow, then yeah, I did that a couple of times, I think. And then I had 30 days to pay it back. So, You know, it's a good way to go. It's no big deal. As long as you're a man of your, as long as you're a kid of your word. And I always had the money. I always worked. There was no problem. Sometimes you just don't have the money right on the spot, and it's something that's like 70% off, and it's gonna be gone tomorrow. You know. So anyway, that's just some information for you about credit cards in the United States and the law in America regarding credit cards, and you don't need credit card insurance, but double check on that. You can even ask the person at the bank trying to sell you insurance. What happens if I lose my credit card or it gets stolen? By federal law, what is the maximum amount I can be charged? They have to know. And if they say, oh, I don't know, can I talk to your manager? A manager's not going to lie to you about that. So that's another way that you can find out. I mean, your parents, because you're between 5 and 12. What do you know? You don't know nothing. You know meme coins. I know you know meme coins. Fart coin was not made by some grown up, and it boomed. That thing made a 5-year-old a multi-millionaire. You're driving a Lambo, you scumbag. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. I just, even though I knew it was coming, I knew it was coming. It's still it's hard to handle because I'm getting beat by 5-year-olds. That's the only reason I can't handle it. I'm not being a hater. I'm not judging. It's just frustrating that fart coin made so many people rich. And I know a 5-year-old had to start that. There's no way a grown man over 14 started that. It's impossible. It's just too stupid. Like lead visionary. With zero vision. Hey, what's that dog called from Dogecoin? It's a Shiba Inu? Hey, why don't I copy and paste a similar dog picture and call it Shiba Inu? And I'll call myself lead visionary. What do you think? Huh? Isn't that genius? Oh. And these people are taken seriously in the crypto world, in the crypto community. They're taken seriously as serious people, as serious developers. And it's like zero imagination, zero effort, copy and paste, dude. Nothing original. Fartcoin is more original, but I beat you to that a decade ago. You know, you just spun out my genius. Anyway, I gotta go. This is getting too long. For educational purposes only, do your own research. Good luck with that. Gotta go. Gotta go.